Welcome to Creative Intuition Tarot. My name is MJ. As always, I hope you are doing well. I'm really happy to have you join me for this reading today. And we will be looking into the shadows of February 2022. So I just posted a collective reading for February. Some beautiful energies there. A pursuit of happiness fueled from the heart. So if you haven't seen, I really encourage you to check that out. And as I said, in this reading, we will be looking into the shadowy aspects of February. So any energies that are lurking from the darkness that we may be prone to, that may be challenging us in that pursuit of happiness and fulfillment in February. Okay, so let's get straight into it because we already have two cards on the table. Let's see what's in the core, in the center of that shadowy energy. And we have two major arcanas, actually three. The Tower at the bottom of the deck, the Hierophant and Strength. First of all, what it tells me, three major arcanas on the table. So major arcanas never show up to speak of any kind of ordinary stuff, right? They always speak of extraordinary things. What it tells me is, it's almost like the battle of this happiness, for that happiness that we're in pursuit of. Okay, it's almost as if that dark side, and I'm not trying to scare you, but it's almost as if the dark side was trying to pull us back because it knows almost that the desire for happiness, for that authentic happiness and fulfillment, is so powerful in the collective at this time that we may free ourselves from those, hands of those gloomy energies. So it's trying to pull us back. Now, may sound like a fairy tale. The language of tarot is metaphorical, but what it means really is when we change our attitude and from dark places, and we all go through dark places in our life, we decide to move towards happiness, finding the fulfillment, finding the way to fulfill our dreams, desires of our soul. It takes a huge shift, right? And those dark aspects tend to pull us back. We tend to go back to them, to what is known. We go through those lessons many times before we actually, what is the word I'm looking for? Like graduate to the next step. So that's what it tells me. It's like it's a huge shift. The pursuit of happiness that the collective reading is talking about is so powerful. We had the Death card there as well, the Star card, healing, rebirth, right? That it's just so powerful that it's very important to pay attention to those shadowy aspects so that we don't sabotage our pursuit of happiness by going back into those dark places. Now, with this a little extended introduction, first of all, with the Hierophant, that is someone committed to their self-development, continuous self-development, and pursuit of happiness is also a kind of continuous development, right? So when this shows up as the shadowy aspect, there's that lack of commitment or losing energy as we go, right? Getting into places of discouragement. What is very symbolic is, I think all those, or maybe not all, because I think these are bats. I wanted to say that all cards have birds in them, but I think this card actually has bats only. But okay, it doesn't matter. We come to those places of being discouraged. Perhaps we don't see change. We don't see that happiness. We're lost in that pursuit. We don't see results at the time that we expect them to show up, and we lose that commitment. Okay, we are confused if we're going into the right direction. We are losing our connection to our intuition that is always able to tell us if we're going into the right direction or not. And we are becoming anxious and confused, right? So we lose that motivation. That's what I'm getting with the Hierophant. It's number 5. This is card number 5, number of change. And I think it's really important to pay attention to those changes in our attitude. We need to be committed if we really want a pursuit of happiness. We need to be committed to it when we decide to embark on that journey. I don't want to say there's no turning back, but we don't want to, right? It's a huge decision to embark on that journey towards happiness. It's a quest, so no one wants to go back. Now with the Strength card, again, some kind of persistence, right? It may be physical strength as well, but primarily it tells me of remaining in strength and in control of that process, of that pursuit of happiness. It may be with becoming this discouraged and perhaps impatient, right? With the Strength card, which is about taming our inner fire, we may be becoming aggressive, angry, that we don't see things happening when we expect them to. So this is again about taming that inner beast and maintaining our direction, remaining committed with the Hierophant to that quest that we embarked on. Definitely taming that inner beast, acknowledging it, but remaining in control of it. It should always work in our benefit. This is our strength, the zest for life, the passion for life, our desires, creative passions, those hearts and souls desires as well. This, with the fire energy of the strength, may represent magic as well, and the Hierophant next to it. But we definitely need to tame that beast and not allow it to take over us, right? And then we have the Tower, and there it is, the Nine of Swords. It always shows up in those readings. With the Tower card in the shadow aspect and those birds sitting here on the tower, like they are free now, but they are not going anywhere. In that pursuit of happiness, on one hand, we decide to, we want to, we desire it, but we keep coming back, right? I said we are being pulled into those shadowy aspects, into doubt, into fear of uncertainty, fear of the future, fear of unknown, right? So even though the tower may collapse any moment, those birds are still sitting there. They have free will and they can go. They are free now. So it's about fear of change. On one hand, we want happiness, but we're afraid. What if we fail? What if I don't find it? What if I go into the wrong direction? What if I waste my resources, my energy, my time? Maybe it's better to just stay where I am. At least I know this place, right? In the collective reading, we had the Devil card. And Devil card is number 15, precedes the Tower, which is number 16. We have the power to free ourselves from the devil. And we have free will to do so. So it makes perfect sense that on one hand we want to free ourselves from any kind of stagnation, toxicity, anything that was holding us back. But fear, with the Nine of Swords lurking from behind, for some reason is stopping us often when we are just on the verge of, it's just about taking that one step towards freedom. But fear, anxiety, fear of uncertainty is holding us back, right? We have the Ace of Cups behind the Nine of Swords. That's what it's blocking, right? That's exactly what it's blocking. Fear, anxiety is blocking our pursuit of happiness. So I know I'm saying this again, but I just cannot stress this enough. On one hand, we really want this happiness. We want authentic happiness, right? The collective reading was all about pursuing our true happiness that is in line with our values, with our desires. We want it, but it's so profound to embark on that quest, to speak up about what is our authenticity. That on one hand we want it, but on the other hand we are really scared oftentimes. Confused, as I said, anxious, not knowing where to start maybe was the first step, becoming discouraged, aggressive, impatient. All that is really about us coming back to connection with our intuition, right? That's exactly where all the answers lie. It's about allowing ourselves to be silent for a second, to shut out those 9 of Swords and all those fears and anxieties, and allow ourselves to listen to our inner light, to our inner wisdom, right? We have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands, this is the Healing Light Tarot. So, and the Page of Wands is carrying a glowing wand. We are looking at the shadowy aspects, and he's bringing the light into the darkness, because the Page of Wands represents a young-hearted spirit, someone rejuvenated, someone who is youthful, adventurous, and wants to be happy. It can represent a younger person, but it's not age specific, right? But someone who has childlike happiness and wants childlike happiness. They want joy in life, and he brings light into all those shadowy aspects. It's all about tuning into that youthful spirit that each and every one of us has. Because I said that the pursuit of happiness, I said that in the collective reading, it's fueled from our hearts, it's fueled from our soul's desires, it's fueled from that inner child of ours, right? Let's put one more card, or maybe, okay, that's a little too many I wanted to say, but look at this. We have the Devil again. We have the Empress, the Lovers. Okay, so I wanted to say it's too many cards, but let's just go with them. 5 of Wands tells me this is a test. This being pulled back into those dark energies is a test. We are embarking on a journey towards happiness. It's a huge step to take. I said the darkness is fighting metaphorically to pull us back, right? This is a test. We want to make the best and give the best of us, because we're moving towards 6 of Wands, towards victory. And then in the collective reading we had the 7 of Wands, which was speaking about protecting that victory that we achieve. So this is a test. Keep this in mind, that we are tested. Again, collective reading comes back. The Lovers, make choices from the place of love. From the place of love towards yourself and others. Always do what's right. Tame that inner beast. And again, about being driven by love with the Empress. Nurture yourself. This is a huge process that we're going through, so be gentle towards yourself. We are creating ourselves, recreating our lives. Embarking on the journey towards new authentic happiness is like giving birth to our life again. So the Devil is trying to pull us back. Remember what I said in the collective reading and today. We are in control, and we have that freedom to decide if we stay in the captivity or if we remove ourselves from the places of any kind of limitations, and especially self-imposed limitations, right? The Tower is about not being afraid of the change, but actually being the one who initiates it, and the Hierophant is number 5, which is the number of change, right? So it all makes perfect sense. Be the change you wish to see. If you want to really find true happiness, if we want to collectively, we need to take the first step. If we decide to stay in the old patterns, in old places, that authentic happiness will not just miraculously come towards us. Look at this journey within. Go for a ride and enjoy the journey. Again, I have to speak of the collective reading, because I also said there that the pursuit of happiness is a pursuit, an inner journey. So go for a ride and enjoy that journey. I leave it there. It's a great reading, though it turned out to be a little longer than I expected. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope that it was inspiring for you. As always, please take care of yourself. And I will see you soon for the zodiac sign readings for Feb.